Well, over at the State House, lawmakers are continuing to talk about how best to pay for a program that provides vouchers for private school tuition.
Yeah, this was a big dust up last year after the Supreme Court struck down the program that had already gone into effect. Supporters of the bill say that they've got to rewrite it and this time use money instead from the state's education lottery.
Big story here. Josie Frost attended 2 committee meetings today on this bill and has an update.
Supporters of the bill say it's just moving money around. The state voucher program can't be paid for by taxpayers, but the education lottery isn't taxpayer dollars at all. So they take lottery programs that don't go to private institutions and move those over to the general fund. That would free up lottery money for the voucher program.
There are real people whose lives are they don't know which way they're going to go with their educational life until we act.
Education Committee Chairman Senator Hembry says it's a top priority to pass the bill as families who currently use money from the program struck down by the state Supreme Court are waiting for next year's tuition. They'd move lottery programs that benefit public schools over to the general fund.
The treasurer will then direct funds from the South Carolina Education Lottery account, which is separate from the general fund, to the scholarship fund in the Department of Education. This will not be at the cost of any existing programs currently funded by the lottery account.
The rewritten bill would allow up to 15,000 students to get funding from the lottery for these scholarships. The amount they'd receive would be based on the average amount of money the state spends per student in public schools during the previous school year. It would also roll back some of the eligibility requirements. In the new version, after 2027, families who make less than 600% of the federal poverty line are eligible. That means based on 2024's poverty levels, a family of 4 making less than $187,000 would qualify. Opponents say that means families that can already afford private school would be cashing in a free tuition check from the state's government.
Every student will be eligible for this money. So if you've got a private school in your district that has 200 students, 3 years from now, we're going to be writing a check from the state treasury for $1.6 million to that private school. And that money that could have gone to your public schools is now going to go to that private school.
Senator Hembry also says he wants to get this bill on the Senate floor quickly, planning to bypass any further Education Committee meetings. He hopes to take the bill up in the first few days of session when lawmakers reconvene next week. Reporting at the State House, Josie Frost, News 19, WLTX.